Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. XRP versus Ethereum and the breakthrough with Santander. Everything now changes. Please tap the like button if you like this information and consider subscribing. But we're going to cover some things today that change everything for XRP. There's a reason why it's rallying. It is one of our favorite assets. We've always said we like XRP, one of our favorite coins. But how does it compare to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the rest? Well, we're about to find out. Is it the new digital gold? Some people would say it is. We are in an age of digital gold. However, it's very different than Bitcoin, and it's even more different than Ethereum. Let's discuss all those differences right now. Good afternoon, good evening, and welcome. I've got some great news here. I think you're going to like it. Please tap the like button and consider subscribing. Stick to the end and you'll also have a chance of winning $1,000 in XRP. And right at the end, it'll take you to the first part. This is part 2, where we discuss the Mona Lisa compared to Bitcoin. And I gave some compelling arguments, and I was losing at the beginning, but I won the argument come the end. Let's see if I'll win the argument here. So, this is my position, XRP. I currently have $16,000 of XRP. I only entered the space about 3.5 weeks ago. I had none. I had it originally around 38 cents a long time ago, but I sold it all to build a foundation in the S&P. And there's a good reason for that, and I'm going to give you a warning why that might be the right way for you as well. Okay? But I've also got in my pot, I've also got some Bitcoin as well. I've got in Bitcoin itself 31,000 plus the ETFs on my IRA and on my main account. But I've also got Ethereum, and there's a very good reason why I have Ethereum in the ETFs and of course in the main position itself. I've got 9,800 and I'm sorry, I beg your pardon, 15,000, and I'm staking my Ethereum, and that is a big part of today's story. So let's start off talking about XRP. Have you tapped the like button yet? Have you considered subscribing? Now, a few days ago, precisely, I gave you the exact moment to buy Ethereum. I was on the phone to the Bank of America, also talking to the people that are building the exchange down in Dallas, and Robinhood. I don't mean customer services, I mean the actual people that buy the stuff. And I said to you that the Bank of America and Robinhood are buying up the Ethereum right now. And they were. And literally within an hour of me posting that on X, we'd gone up about 15%. It's been rallying ever since. However, there are some warnings here, and there are some similarities to XRP. People have asked me, I thought XRP was the best for payments. They're very, very different, and we're going to explain the differences and the new deal that has just come from Santander. So first of all, as far as I'm concerned, there are only 3 crypto assets you need to own. Bitcoin, it's digital gold, it's digital capital. You buy it and own it and leave it alone, a bit like the Mona Lisa, and we discussed that on our previous show. There'll be a link to that at the end. Then XRP is for payments. Payments and payments alone. It's how money we moved from the banks to each other, we'll pay each other, and it will be behind all the scenes on all the smart contracts for all the things that we do, involving moving money from A to B. We like it, and I've got evidence to show you today that it's already happening with Santander. Now, Ethereum is very different. Ethereum is what the contracts will live on, the New York Stock Exchange will live on, the European Central Bank looks like they're going to adopt it and use it for all their stable coins. This seems to be the way forward. Ethereum is kind of like the Apple App Store. It's what everything sits on. They are not the same. 3 things here, completely different. In my opinion, these are the only 3 you need. You need the digital capital, you need to pay people, and you need the bones of the system. That's Ethereum. Don't confuse them. They are different. They all belong in my portfolio. Now, there are some warnings, though, some very important warnings, because the carry trade looks extremely likely. And then what will happen? The stock market go down 50%, and of course, risk on assets will go down more. So be careful. I'm not buying when it goes up. I only buy now when it's below the price, my lowest price. That's it. And I'm all in. I'm using margin. I'm using all my cash. No one could be more bullish than me. I'm fully invested, but I'm not doing 100x. I'm just buying one from one with Robinhood. That's it. But I've got enough. Over $100,000 now invested in XRP, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. That's all I need. Okay. Now, most people, that's more than you need, because it's not about how much you've got. It's about when you buy it and how long you own it for. Right. Let me give you the news first of all with Santander. So we had this been flying around for years. However, it's come to more fruition now. OnePay FX, a Santander app powered by Ripple's technology. There's been rumors of this. I have now confirmed it from Ripple itself. You can see the tag there. Ripple itself have confirmed this. In July 2020, Santander rolled out OnePay FX, a mobile app for international payments developed in partnership with Ripple. This is not a rumor. On X, I verified it. It was designed to offer faster, more transparent, and cheaper cross-border transactions than traditional systems like SWIFT. The app initially launched in the UK, Poland, Brazil, and Spain, and extended coverage to 24 destination countries. That was from Ripple. Santander emphasized improvements in transparency. Users see the exact exchange rate, fees, and precise time of payment arrival. Some transactions happen instantly. For instance, transfers from Spain to the UK, directly quoted from Ripple. The app garnered positive customer feedback and even earned a silver award at the 2018 Distribution and Marketing Innovation Awards. So you can see how long this has been going on, but no one's been paying any attention to it. Everyone's been focusing on other things around XRP, not the back end. I'm always about the back end of the financial sector, the banks, the money, what it really does, not the value or the price of the coin itself. I've always stressed that. The app, I've read that already. Santander estimated that half of its annual international transfers could be handled via OnePay FX. Now then, things moved on. Ripple and XRP integration, a gradual expansion. Santander's early integration primarily leveraged Xcurrent, part of RippleNet, which enables real-time messaging and settlement, but does not necessarily use XRP as a settlement asset. Over time, reports indicate Santander began exploring and incorporating XRP and RippleNet technology more broadly to enhance liquidity and cost efficiency, though with less clarity on the exact scope or corridors. And as of mid-2025, just a few weeks ago, all right, where we are now, back in July, the OnePay FX system is confirmed to be live and fully operational, with Santander quietly using Ripple-powered tech for live cross-border payments, most notably between Europe and South Africa. Now, I've also confirmed recently how Bank of America have been getting involved. I speak to them directly. So, testing across global banks. A recent report from July 2025 noted that over 100 global banks, including Santander, are testing XRP for cross-border payments, hitting at broader institutional experimentation, not just pilot or international testing. Now, one of the things that was put to me was why do you very rarely hear about this? And everyone is focusing on the price, and very rarely you'll hear Ripple come out and explain these things. But they don't need to, because they are focusing on the actual customers and delivering the product. They don't really care about the day-to-day trading of XRP. Neither do I. I am about owning it and also giving it away as prizes in our show. But for me, it's about acquiring more at lower prices. Not about trading it, not about taking this, 10% profit here and 10% profit there. It's really not important to me. Anyway, there are some warnings I'm going to give you at the end. So the app, OnePayFX, Santander's blockchain-powered international payments app, launched in 2020. Technology used initially Xcurrent RippleNet messaging for speed and transparency. Geographic reach, launched in the UK, Spain, Poland, Brazil, payments to 24 countries. Customer benefits, transparent fees, fast for delivery, for instant delivery, and better certainty. XRP usage, gradually integration into liquidity corridors, details not fully disclosed. Current status, live and operational across core corridors, especially Europe and Latin America. Testing landscape, part of a broader set of tests involving 100 plus XRP-based solutions. This is going on in the background and more people are noticing it. So what is the Santander gains? Well, faster settlements, sending money internationally can now happen within seconds, not days, greater transparency and modernized payments. The bottom line, what it all comes down to is this. While there isn't a single formal XRP deal, such as a wholesale adoption for the XRP token, as some have posted on X, all right, Santander's OnePayFX demonstrates a real-world application of Ripple's technology with a trajectory toward incorporating XRP-driven liquidity as part of its cross-border payment systems. As of mid-2025, the system is live, functional, and expanding its scope, positioning Santander at the forefront of institutional blockchain use case in banking. If you'd like, oh, that's it. I've just read that there. All right, so there is the information. Now I'm going to give you a little bit more. All right. So if you've just tuned in, please tap the like button and consider subscribing. And I'm going to give you a little warning before I offer to give you as a gift $1,000 in XRP. It's free to enter, free for all. All right. So we are just coming up to 100,000 subscribers and we've got a big party planned. We're not only giving away $1,000, we're also giving away lots of prizes. We're also doing a fundraiser event and we have special merchandise, which is very, very, very limited because we want to give it to our best fans that support us the most as well. So please consider subscribing and be part of that big 100,000 subscriber party. It's going to be electric. I promise you that. All right. Now let me carry on and give you some warnings. So do not confuse XRP with Ethereum. They are very, very different. I'm invested in both. I believe in both. And I'm not selling either. I'm simply acquiring more. But there is a big warning. These two parts I've done now, 2 live streams, first of all, Bitcoin, Mona Lisa, and now XRP and Ethereum, come with some warnings. Not if you're a long-term investor, but if you are a trader and somebody's buying today, people are chasing, I'm not. I'm only buying when it's below my lowest price. As you can see, I'm up nearly on everything now, apart from Bitcoin, but it won't be long before that takes off as well. What is interesting to know, and I want to bring Ethereum into crypto, into this discussion about XRP, is, and very soon we're going to get the same with XRP when the ETF comes out in October, is staking. Now this is important. More people are staking Ethereum now than have ever done at any time in history. It's incredible. I'm staking all of mine. You can see if I go into my managed staking, I'm staking all of it. Absolutely. I'm not selling a single thing. And I tell you what, it really adds up. As you can see, I earned 226, 472, and that's going to quadruple soon because I've now just bought another 3 Ethereum in the last 24 hours. So I've increased my position. So that goes against what I just said. I've been buying this on the way up because I didn't have enough exposure to XRP. Staking is important because it secures the network, and we will be getting that with Ethereum. Now, I also shared on my social media over the weekend, I was working 14, 15-hour days trying to bring you all this information. Let me share with you some really important stuff about the way every time that XRP is used, it is burned. All right, so it'll become more and more scarce over time. Remember, there is a limited supply with XRP, but I wanted to share this with you and just show you some of the things here. The XRPs don't go to miners. They get burned. That is what's happening with XRP. So it is a little bit like Bitcoin in that sense. It's going to be less of it over time. Every new account, it needs 20 XRP locked up as a reserve. Now, some people challenge me on this. It depends on how you put the figures together. Some people say it's 10, 20, whatever. It depends how you put together the numbers. I've gone with this. I've verified it and checked. But at the end of the day, to make spamming the ledger too expensive, this is a good thing. By the way, all of this is on my X. If you want to go and check out my X, I put a lot of information so you can get a lot more detail on this video on X. Here is the link to X. There you go. And you might want to go and check this out. Now then, I'm going to wrap this up. Let me see. I had one more thing I wanted to share with you. Where was it now? There was something else. Oh, yes, that was right. Before you rush out to go flipping heck, I'm loading up on Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. Don't wait. One, you should already be in. You should have bought it on the dump when everybody was getting liquidated, which they were, not buying it on the pump. That's a big mistake. But also, you have to bear this in mind. And this is a real concern, and I want to share this with you before we go into our poll. Or I'll probably show you the poll first. Here is the poll. We're running this. The question I ask you is, can XRP beat Ethereum? Can XRP beat Ethereum? Let me give you the link. It's on our here we go. There is the link. I asked you, I'll ask again, where is it? Can XRP beat Ethereum? 85% of you out of 205 so far have said yes. Let me refresh the screen. 205, 85%. It's now 225, 85%. You are saying yes, it can beat. I'm assuming you are talking about returns, because I see XRP going to $10. Not the thousands and stuff like that other people are saying. I can see it going to 100 in time, but not for a long time. Certainly $10 at any moment. Certainly like by October, which would be wonderful. However, Ethereum can go to $12,000 to $15,000. So, you know, it's a bit of both. But anyway, you decide. That's what you're saying so far. But here is my warning. Unfortunately, the carry trade now is extremely likely. And when it happens, and if it happens, the market can drop 50%. If you don't know what the carry trade is, type Martyn Lucas Investor carry trade into YouTube. I've got a whole hour-long explanation of the carry trade. But essentially, banks, institutions in Japan with historically low rates are about to get margin called because they are basically been buying all of American debt and propping up the American economy. When rates go up, they get margin call. We had it last year. We had a small carry trade unwind. The stock market went down 5%. And of course, crypto doubled that, tripled that. And it's likely to happen again, but a lot more. Japan are raising their rates now. So the rising rates, I'm just going to give you this warning as I wrap this up. Japan's government bond yields have surged amid the Bank of Japan's gradual normalization of monetary policy. It's been historically low. It's changing. And they own nearly all the government debt. People don't talk about this. Some strategists warn that this could lead to Japanese investors to repatriate capital, which threatens U.S. treasuries, equity backed by the yen-funded investments. This is all fact-checked and verified. My own news for you. Investment commentary notes that spiked JGB yields, a sharp departure from decades of near zero rates, could prompt an unraveling of the yen-based carry trade. This is huge. The volatility in the Japanese bond market. Now, I'm not going to read all of this because if you want to pause this, you can go back and look at this. I want to wrap this up for you now, but we've got Sensei going live shortly. You want to pause this and you can screenshot it, and I will give you the recent signs of fragility as well. Just you can pause that, screenshot it, and read it later. So all I want to leave you with is this. Recently, I entered the crypto space. I wasn't in it from the beginning. I kind of was and I wasn't. I had crypto at the beginning. I had XRP and Bitcoin, but I sold it all to build a foundation of the S&P 500. It was the right thing to do. Absolutely, because at that time, it was guessing. Most of you will say, well, I knew it. Well, you didn't know it. You guessed. You got it right. Congratulations. However, even if you were right or you were wrong, well, you were buying and selling, paying taxes and maybe winning and maybe losing. I was building a foundation in the S&P 500. So I took my portfolio from $5,000 to now $284, nearly $285. There it is, 285. And in fact, I've got 370 now, or whatever it is, 350, 60 invested, nearly $400,000. I've used a lot of margin. I've paid off a lot of margin and so on and so forth. But I built a solid foundation on the S&P. Now I've got that, I can borrow against it and I can buy more risk on assets. However, we also know now what the future of XRP is. We also now know what the future of Ethereum is. We also now know what the future of Bitcoin is. That's why it's being adopted. That's why institutions are buying it. So now I can buy it. So I've bought all the Bitcoin, all the XRP, and all the Ethereum I will ever need. I'm not buying any more under any circumstances. Because we are going to, unless it goes below my lowest price, which I don't think it will now. I think in October, we're going to surge and I'm going to be up 20, 30, 40, 100, 200%. And then if we get a pullback, I'll still be up. So I'm not going to be paying any more. I've borrowed at today's prices because margin is about to become cheaper. And I've bought all the XRP I need because in my calculations, I have now got about just over $100,000 with my main coins, and I've got my ETFs about 110,000, and there's high probability that will take me to $1 million. Okay. A 10x would be $1 million. That's all I need. I don't need to chase it. It can crash 50% and I won't get margin called. I'm not buying on the way up. I'm not selling. I'm not going to pay tax. I'm owning it. That's it. And my XRP will be given away as giveaways. My Ethereum will be kept. My Bitcoin will be my digital capital to borrow against. And that's what I am doing. So even though I believe that digital capital is Bitcoin, I believe that Ethereum is the payment rails for all smart contracts, the stock exchanges, and all those other things, DeFi and many other things. XRP will be the payment system. It will be burned over time, so it will become more scarce and more valuable. All of that is great. I don't want to be buying on the way up and chasing. The fundamentals have changed. It's now all about adoption. It's adopted. I've got no doubt in my mind this is going to go up, but I will expect volatility. However, volatility will get less over time, and I can afford to own this even with margin as long as I'm not buying on the way up. I keep working, earning, paying down margin, and buying more of the S&P to balance this out. So right now, my S&P is underweight. My S&P is now at 73%. I want it to be 96%. So what I'm doing is because I don't expect the S&P to go much higher this year. We had that rally. I trimmed with my tax lots. I sold the very top stocks, not the bottom ones. So every share of my S&P is now in profit. I'm now buying more over time of the S&P. As I reduce my margin, I will pay off 70% on margin and 30% just topping up the S&P when we have relevant dips, not when we're pumping away like we are at the moment. All right, and that's it. And over time, even with the gains on my crypto over time, and it will take some time, the S&P will come back into balance by constantly buying more. And of course, when I earn on dividends, I will reapply and own more and more over time. So that's my strategy. That's what I'm doing. It works. I'm always winning. You see my trades here, 58 trades, 57 wins. I've only ever lost once since I rebalanced my portfolio, and that was done to show you how not to do it. All right, we've got Sensei coming up in just a few minutes' time. In an hour and 10 minutes, Sensei will be live with his live chart show this afternoon. You cannot afford to miss it. It's going to be epic. Tomorrow morning, I'll be back after the breakfast show with a special on Bullish. I bought Bullish. I got the IPO. I'm not selling. And now we've got some big news, and it involves XRP. You're going to like it. Some of the trades, some of the contracts on Bullish were settled with RLUSD. Ripple, what about it? I'll tell you more about that in the morning. But Bullish, a lot of the deals, the contracts were settled with RLUSD. That information is only just now coming to light. And tomorrow morning, I'll be talking about this. But my predictions to finalize: XRP in the short term, going to $10. It could happen in days, okay? Long term, in a year or so, maybe 2-3 years, $100. Bitcoin by the end of this year, 200,000, and maybe in 5 to 10 years, $1 million. My Ethereum in the very short term, going to 12, maybe even $15,000. I can't price it after that. It would be a guess. And I don't guess. I only look at numbers that make sense. If it doesn't make sense, I don't quote it. I just simply do not know. All right, now then, we're just going to wrap this up by offering you $1,000 in XRP. Would everybody join me to make a little bit of history? We have now got 98,813 subscribers. We are nearly there. Let's zoom in and let's see if we can roll it around live on the show. We're about to hit 99,000 and the countdown to 100,000 will begin. I promised you a big party like you've never seen on YouTube before for 100,000 celebration. I was voted by Elton John as the world piano man. Not only are we giving money away, we're giving prizes away. We're doing a charity event for our friends in Uganda, in Africa. So join us. Click subscribe right now. Let's see it roll around. And tap the like button. That'll be great. Now, Sensei is live in just a few minutes' time. So please do join us for that. Oh, look at it rolling around now. Look at this. Come on. Is it going to get to... It will get to 99,000 today. It will, on Sensei's show, get to 99,000. It's gaining speed all the time. Look at that. It's going up very quick. Oh, it's rolling now. It's rolling now. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much indeed. I'm sure it'll hit 99,000 on Sensei's show today. All right, I'm going to get out of here and I'm going to give you the link to what you've just missed. This is important. A few moments ago, I was live doing Bitcoin versus the Mona Lisa. You just missed it. It went live just a few moments ago. I'm going to give you the link for it now. It is pinned in the top. This was it. Bitcoin versus Mona Lisa. So I'd like you to go and have a little look. Do you think the Mona Lisa or do you think Bitcoin? All right, we had a little poll. We discussed it. Here is the link. I'll give it you in the chat right now. It went live just a few moments ago. So let me give you this now in the chat. It'll automatically take you there. And I'm also going to give you the link to the giveaway, the $1,000 giveaway. This is it, as promised. If you stayed to the end, it's martynlucas.com/giveaway. Here is the giveaway link. And we're giving away prizes, $1,000, plus a charity event, and much, much more, and lots of surprises and special guests and fun, and so on and so forth. There it is. It's free to enter, free for all. You don't have to download anything. You don't have to pay for anything. Every part of it is completely for free. So take part in that. I'm going to give you a couple of links right now. Let me go back to the links. Here is my X. Every time you repost on X, we are counting you and we're going to reward you with prizes on the day as well. People that are most engaging, sharing, liking, reposting. So there is X. There's Instagram. If you want free shares from Robinhood USA, there it is. If you want free shares from Robinhood UK, there it is. If you want our free video training course, Yes, we give our training courses for free because we make money investing. We don't charge for it. Here is a Discord link. Do not click join server, click purchase. It's $2.99 for the server. If you do the free version, there's nothing there. We just kick you out. You don't see anything, okay? It's $2.99 for the server, and we're now giving you a free training course. Here is my membership link. I promise it's the best membership on YouTube. It never goes up in price. It doesn't go up with inflation, and we provide many, many services. And it's always one-on-one, it's always live, it's always real. You can even book one-on-one calls with me, 1 hour a month. Try to provide the best service on YouTube TV. That's it from me. I think the subscribers has been rolling around quite a bit in the last couple of seconds. Let me have a look. There's Ethereum. Ethereum is going up. Do not chase it now. Let it run. Enjoy it. There's XRP. That's also running up. No surprise. I told you on X it was going to happen this afternoon. I put a post out telling everybody it would bounce yesterday and it would rally today. I told you the time. I set up my show ahead of it rallying, and it did exactly what I said it would do. Why did I know this was going to happen? Do I have a crystal ball? Well, as it happens, I do. But the reason why I knew XRP was going to go up and why I scheduled this event the time I did, because I speak to the banks. And when the banks are buying, you know it's going to go up. The banks are behind XRP, Santander, Bank of America, and many others. Robinhood, they're all buying this. And when they're buying it, I'm listening. I'm on the phone, and I'm buying. All right? So there you go. And how did the subscribers do? 98,858. Flipping heck. I think we're going to hit 99,000 on today's show. Right, that's it from me. Now, Sensei goes live in an hour. So what we're going to do now is send you back to what you missed a few moments ago. This was the Mona Lisa versus Bitcoin. Here is the link in the chat. It will take you there automatically. So please do go and check it out. It also supports the channel. If you did see it, it does help grow the channel, and we're trying to reach more and more people. So thank you very much for your support. That's it from me. I hope you enjoyed these 2 live specials. Sorry I've not been able to talk to you in the chat. I just wanted to give lots of facts, lots of information. There's lots and lots of stuff I've got to do to prepare for tomorrow, but a bullish special. So click above my head for all the links. Down below in the description, underneath in the comments, you will see all the links for the competition, the previous video, and all the rest of it. Sensei will be live on this channel in about an hour. So you've got an hour to catch up. Over here, I shall put the Mona Lisa Bitcoin video, and down here, the $1,000 XRP giveaway. Thank you very much indeed. It's a pleasure. It's the greatest job in the world. It's the greatest privilege and responsibility in the world, growing a channel like this to a live audience. Thank you very much indeed. Sensei just said, can I check the merch shop? Can I check the merch shop? Okay. Let me refresh the screen. We might have something in the merch shop. Hello. It looks like we do. It looks like we do. We do have something in the merch shop. Oh my gosh. Here it is. What do we have here? We have a 1 of 10 limited. Look at this. Look at this. Only 1 of 10 available today. There it is, the celebration Martyn Lucas Investor. Let me have a quick look on the back of this. Let me just zoom in. I'm seeing it for the first time. 1 of 10. There are only 10 mugs of this type, and there is the silver play button. This is a very, very big collector's piece. There are only 10. There's the front. It's got the silver play button that will be delivered to me in a few weeks' time. There's the front. 1 of 10. That's it. There, celebration. There it is, the 100,000 subscribers. Wow, I'm loving it. There it is. There you go. Look at that. How cool is that? We've also got what's this? Was it barcode or a QR code for something special as well? That's pretty cool. That's been freezed out so you can't see it. There it is. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Celebrating 100,000 Lucasades. Absolutely fantastic. There you go. There is 1 mug. I think there are 2. There's a smaller one, a large one. Sensei, can you make sure I get number 1, please? I want number 1. Right, celebrating Martyn Lucas, celebrating the Lucas age. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? So if you want the shop, I believe there are only 10, and that's it. Bloody hell. And they're all numbered as well. So, yeah. Amazing. So let me give everyone the link to this. Let me give everyone the link to the shop. MartynLucasShop.com. I'm not sure how it works. I do believe it's the first come, first serve. They're all going to sell out, I would imagine, instantly. So here is the shop, MartynLucasShop.com. In the chat for you there. There it is. First come, first serve. It might have already sent out. I want number 1. I mean, whoever gets there first, I guess. I don't know. All right, that's it. You will get the number 0. Thank you, Sensei. I'm getting 0. So there is number 1. Number 1 is available. Sensei has got 1 for me, and it's going to be 0 of 10. So whoever gets number 1. So there it is. There's the link. It's first come, first serve. I've given you the link in the chat. This is a very, very special thing. Let me do that again. MartynLucasShop.com in the chat. Right, I've really got to go because I've got lots of work to do. Thank you very much for all being here. Sensei, how many are there? There's 10. How many available today? Are there 10 available today or what? I guess you'll find out. I bet they've already sold out. Right, that's it from me. Click above my head, down below in the description. Good luck, everybody. Here is the show you've just missed. Go and watch it. It'll automatically play. The link is in the chat. I've just given it to you. And down below, down here is the $1,000 giveaway. That's it from me. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful afternoon. In an hour's time, you've got Sensei Live. You don't want to miss that. And then Bullish in the morning, a special. Until next time. As always, take care of yourselves and each other.